Okay, it's me again, and I'm going to be discussing another anti-natalist idea. So there's a lot of people out there that complain that anti-natalism is a bad idea. Aside from being naughty because it gets rid of kids, and we just can't have that. We absolutely have to have children, right? It is what the human race is for. Um, so aside from that naughtiness, a lot of people just claim that antinatalism is doomed to failure because it's impractical. It will never be adopted by everyone on the planet Earth. And to give them some credit, antinatalism does seem to be a bit of a totalizing kind of idea, right? I mean, if the entire world adopted antinatalism except for one person who had kids, having that kid or those kids would still be immoral, right? Antinatalism doesn't say that. Well, if we have fewer kids, that's moral. Like it doesn't say that. It looks for a kind of absolution, right? A kind of totality across the planet Earth. Um, but I mean, I think thinkers like David Benatar have acknowledged that idea, and they've said, look, we don't expect that people are going to adopt this idea, and I don't think any antinatalist, any sane antinatalist, thinks that the entire planet of the Earth, the entire planet, is going to adopt antinatalism. Like it's just because you know how people are, right? Like I mean, they won't adopt the idea. They just, I mean, you bring up antinatalism to some people, and they're like, genocide and genocide this and genocide that. Um, on the other hand, though, it's undeniable that antinatalism has recently gotten a higher profile in the media, in news, on social media as well, and it's not a complete failure in the sense that at least some people have converted to antinatalism. There have been some people that were anti-natalist before anti-natalism was a thing, so now they kind of have a structure and a kind of like philosophy to think about and to point to when they talk about not having kids, right? Um, so some people get kind of claimed, and some people get reclaimed, and some people get retroactively claimed, Well, you get the idea. I don't want to go on down that road, but so that's good, right? I mean, it ends some suffering, right? So it's good. It's very good. Um, and the thing is, like when you think about ideas, good ideas or bad ideas, which idea in the history of the planet has ever been totalizing? Or, I keep using the word totalizing as if that's a word, but like which idea can you think of in the history of the planet has been adopted by every last single person on the planet Earth? None. Absolutely none. I mean, we live in Canada, or I live in Canada, and we're a pretty peaceable kingdom. I think is the way. I think that's the way my friend says it. I could be wrong, but yeah, we get along. We're democratic. We're peaceful. We don't we're wealthy, right? So you'd think, well, yeah, not too bad, right? But even within Canada, there's dissonance, right? Like right now, as we speak, there's this convoy headed to Ottawa where things could get messy over vaccine mandates. You know what I mean? And there's some like nefarious groups kind of inserting themselves in there, right? Like far right groups and like God knows what else is going to show up at that that rally in Ottawa, right? So I mean, so yeah, like I mean, no idea. If you're going to judge antinatalism on the amount of people that adopt it. I mean, there's been some great ideas in the history of the world that haven't been adopted by many people, a lot of people, right? Like, I mean, every day you could go on like, Chinese or Japanese news websites and they have some sort of like weird, quirky invention that's going to solve this and solve that. And like, whatever happens to those inventions, they never see the light of day. They just never do, right? So I don't think it's fair to judge antinatalism on the basis of, well, not everybody is gonna adopt it. Like, I mean, that's dumb. You know what I mean? Um, but so goes it. Anyway, that's all I gotta say. Bye.